It's a celebration of the American Independence Day holiday in the heart of the Maritimes. Celebrate the Maritimes tonight from Bridgetown, Nova Scotia. You know, the way that Canadians and Americans celebrate their national holiday, ours on the 1st and theirs on the 4th, is very similar, and in many ways, we may begin to think that we're just exactly the same. But in point of fact, we are different, and Canadians and Americans do perceive those differences. Our Colleen McEdwards asked a few people why that is.
What do you know about Canada?
Well, it's up north.
The Great White North. To most Americans, this is Canada. It's kind of uncivilized, wild, woolly, and wintry.
I'd eventually like to move somewhere up there.
The New England states and the Maritimes share 300 miles of border and similar economies. 33% of local business in Orono, Maine comes from Canada. Yet people on both sides of the border are still misunderstood. But here at the University of Maine, they're taking steps to improve cross-border knowledge. It's one of the only American universities that offers a Canadian Studies program. At the Canadian Centre, students can read our magazines, our newspapers, watch Canadian Parliament in action.
We share the same geographic niche. We make our livings in many of the same ways. While we had a divergence in history about 1783, since then, a lot of our development, I think, has been in many ways similar.
Why do you think Americans don't know that much about Canada?
Well, it's of little interest to them.
Kent Thompson is a Canadian writer. He was born in the United States, moved to Canada about 20 years ago, and says Canadians and Americans are a different breed of cat.
Canadian culture isn't dramatic in the same way that American culture is.
Thompson says because we missed out on Civil War and tea dumping in the Boston Harbor, Canadians have different interests and different priorities. Take free trade, for example.
So we'll go through a 10-year hiatus where we're going to suffer. But as soon as we get competing with the Americans, we're going to do better than the Americans.
I think overall it's probably a good thing because it just opens up more international trade.
What do you think of the free trade deal between Canada and the United States?
I have no idea.
What do you think of free trade?
Between U.S. and Canada? I think so. I think there's going to be more of it.
Whether or not Canadians and Americans know enough about each other or care about the same things, the two countries are unique in 176 years of peaceful coexistence along the longest unguarded border in the world. In one country or the other, we enjoy many of the same things, but some of us can't conceal our preference.
I don't want to go back, ever.
Colleen McEdwards, ATV News.